Can the sun destroy the whole universe? What would happen if the sun's gravity suddenly increased? Would it pull all the planets and burn everything? Let's see. The gravitational pull of the sun is extremely powerful. It makes up more than 99% of the total mass of our solar system. Have you ever wondered why it doesn't attract the whole solar system and cause massive crashing into the sun? In fact, all the time the sun exerts strong gravity on Earth and all of the other planets, as Einstein proved. He mentioned that the reason we are falling towards the sun's direction is that the sun is distorting the space-time around it. On the other hand, the reason we do not fall into the sun is that every planet has a certain velocity that causes it to move away from the sun. This means that we have the sufficient orbital velocity to keep us moving away from the sun. So now we have got two opposing forces, the sun's gravity and the velocity of the planets. Actually, what happens is that these two forces exist in a state of equilibrium that results in making the planets move in an orbit without crashing into each other or into the sun. If the planets were not moving forward at a velocity high enough to balance the sun's gravity pull, they would fall into the sun. And here comes the most critical moment. What if the gravity of the sun has exceeded the velocity of the planets in the solar system? What would happen if there was no equilibrium between the sun and the planets? Immediately, the sun would start to pull the planets towards it. There would not be a specific orbit for the planets to move within. Instead, all of the planets would start to move towards the sun due to its powerful gravitational pull. This will cause massive chaos in our solar system, as every single planet would not be following an orbit, and even their moons will be floating in the vast space after the rise of gravity. And when it comes to the orbit changes, it means that everything on the planet will be changed. Weather, tides, and temperature. Any change in the strength of the sun's gravity would have relatively catastrophic consequences. Being closer to the sun would lead to a huge rise in the temperature on every single planet. This is going to be the greatest challenge to the continuity of our solar system, as it would not be the same as we used to know. In fact, this is similar to moving a piece of paper closer to a matchstick fire. Eventually, it will catch fire at any moment. That's exactly what would happen to all the planets. They would be pulled gradually to the sun according to the mass of each one of them, which would make these planets look like hell due to the extreme rise of temperature after being closer to the sun. In the end, we should feel grateful for the art of balance of the gravitational forces between the giant sun and all of the planets of our solar system, which keep us in the same orbit every single day. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. See you again.